We are back at New York City Comic Con at the SYFY WIRE live stage. Welcome everyone to Thursday. Now I am joined right now on stage by the cast, crew, creators of Constantine, City of Demons, which is premiering tonight at New York City Comic Con at, I believe it's 7 o'clock, is it? Is that correct?
Sure.
Yes. 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
right.
Cool. So I am joined by Butch Lukic, Phil Barassa, J.M. Damateus.
Close enough.
Close enough. Damian O'Hare and Rachel Kimsey. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so right off the bat, for fans of the CW Seed show, how does this film fit into all of that? Can you give us kind of the rundown?
Well, right off the bat, it doesn't. This is
No?
This is more related to the comic version of John Constantine, the Hellblazer version, and it's actually the closest we'll get to an origin story for this character, it looks like.
And
Did you mean the episodes that are currently on CW Seed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That was actually a great answer. It just was to a different question. Yeah.
Go ahead, interrupt anytime you want.
This is a full-length 90-minute Constantine film. What you saw on CW Seed were the first five 6-minute episodes, which included, that material is included in this movie, but there's at least an hour of other material in this movie, and it tells a complete story beginning, middle, and end.
So if you liked what you saw on the Seed, you're gonna love seeing the rest of it.
Heck yeah. Well, could you give me a quick synopsis of what's going on here for Constantine fans? What are we going to be seeing?
Our template for this was a graphic novel called All His Engines, which is a story about Constantine and his best friend Chaz. And in the graphic novel, it's his granddaughter. We made it his daughter for the emotional immediacy, who has been abducted by a demon. That's the premise. But we took the graphic novel basically as a foundation and built a new building on top of that foundation. So if you know the graphic novel, you'll see things that you know and love, but there are many, many other elements that weren't in the graphic novel.
So, I guess, what challenges will Constantine and your guys' characters be facing throughout this film?
Well, I play Chaz in the movie, who's a longtime friend of Constantine. They haven't actually seen each other in 20 years because of the incident in Newcastle, which is this really dark thing that actually happened. And that gets revealed throughout the movie. And it's a wonderful relationship actually with the two of them, because you can see there's a sort of there's a brotherly love between the two of them, but yet there is resonance from the past that Chaz hasn't forgiven Constantine about. So Chaz himself, JM was actually saying earlier on that I thought was very prescient, that Chaz is like the audience in this movie as well, and so he's our eye into these fantastical sort of the world that is presented to us, you know.
Well, and I think we're so used to the idea of good versus evil that what Constantine is facing is a little bit of the battle of evil versus evil, and having to address what happens when, if anybody wins, it's all bad news. It's a really big problem to bump up against, and I don't make it any easier. Which is really, really fun. So it's nice that it's not as tidy. It's not, you know, everybody's happy in the end. There's some real weight and gravity to this story.
And there's a lot of gore, a lot of blood, a lot of guts, and there's some light relief as well in it. It's a cracking show. You should go and see it.
Now, I heard that, Rachel, your character is an angel, but not a great angel.
Some angels wear demon wings.
There we go. And I hear that you have a great story for us about being pregnant while filming an intimate scene.
So one of the amazing things about doing animation is that sometimes when you are 8 months pregnant and you still have to do a sex scene, you get to. So all of that out of breath that you hear was very real. It was very human, and it made everyone on the other side of the glass very uncomfortable. and it's a delight. It's really fun. It's super exciting to get to do it.
And for the cast members, what aspects of your characters would you want to have in your own life? And then also, for anyone else, what aspects of Constantine or any of the characters would you bring into your lives?
I want no parts of any of the characters. And it's great for fiction, but yeah, in real life, it's pretty dark.
Yeah, I used to have the heavy smoking and heavy drinking parts, but I had to give it up. Sorry.
What I really like about Angela is that she carries this, the weight and the story of her city with her, and that's kind of like standing up for your family. So for me, that's where I like to go for, is holding on to what they need and fighting for them.
I would love Constantine's, he doesn't have a filter, you know, he says whatever comes into his head and puts down whoever's in front of him with great aplomb, and then just lights a cigarette and walks off into the distance. I think we'd all like to do that sometime.
Hi, I'm Jackie Jennings with SYFY WIRE. If you can't get enough of New York Comic Con, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel for news, interviews, cosplay, and so much more. What are you waiting for?